on, because slowly, I'll have to make you girls used to this, that we are able to face the camera, face the public, and be very bold and confident in our speech. So Rania, Amna, and Samaira, can you all girls on your cam, please? Yes. I think Nabiha won't be able to join. She is having some network issues. She has traveling. Okay, Amna. Who else is there? Samaira and Rania on your cam. And we are waiting for Arshi, Rida, and Aisha. Who's that? Rania? How are you, Rania? Good to see you, mashallah. Assalamu alaikum.
I'm a little nervous, so don't mind me. Walaikum assalam.
I will not mind anything, and it's totally normal. Everything's fine. I'm just posting a message in the group for Arshi, Rida, and Aisha. And Rida also, the other Rida. So everyone's ready with their speeches, right? Okay, that's nice. So we will wait for just 1 minute and we will start then. I will not wait. How do we, Samaira, can you on your cam? Samaira, place it properly. And can you do it like a portrait vision? I cannot see you. It's less of you that I see. So just place your, no.
Now 1 minute.
Yes. Amna, you're logging in from 2 devices, right? Because of your mic
Yeah.
issue. Okay, no worries. Rania, just put the flap little down. See, the correct position, if you're sitting, should be this much. So we can see your, yes, your head shouldn't cut. Khadija's position is okay. She can still make the flap little down. So it'll be more of her and less of wall. No, other way. Other way. Yes, this is better. Lighting is good. Normally, if there is a window behind you, then you should not sit with the window, with the light source behind you. The light should be in front of you. Okay. And even from the sides and from the top, it's okay if it is falling on you. But if it is somewhere where the glare is coming on your face, with the ray, you can see sometimes in the window that the ray is coming towards you. That angle is also not good. You should not have any infractions coming from any side. Okay. Then there are those virtual backgrounds wherein you can blur. Now, right now, see, I have blurred it. We can have, I'll show you a few things here. See, if I don't have the blur, it becomes like this. If I put a background, it becomes like this. But normally when I'm speaking, I avoid putting the virtual background. Number one, it will eat up your bytes. Number two, sometimes if you are having, see now, for example, my baby is in the background. So if he comes in the frame and the camera is picking, it's very sensitive. So it will pick him and I will become headless or only some parts will be visible. See, now he's gone. So to avoid all those confusions, what we do is we keep blur or we keep none. But the best background is having a plain white background or green background that will reflect very well. So if it's a plain background with no distractions, it's okay. If not, then go for blur. Blur is good. Okay. Have a nice posture. Don't slouch like this nicely. You have to stand or sit. Normally, while you're speaking, it is a standing position that is preferred. Inshallah, we'll talk about it slowly, step by step. I'll take you forward. Rida, Aman, you guys are 7 minutes late. What's wrong, girls? Samaira, on the cam. Samaira, shift it. You are not in the right direction. Okay, shift it the way it was. I think you're logging from mobile, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's the reason it's happening.
Yes, ma'am. It will flip if I.
Oh, no problem. Just change the direction of your device because I cannot see you. Okay, this is all right. But why are you not placing the camera on your face? And again, the thing that I said just now, with the window on your side, your face will become dark. Either it should be in front or you cover the window. Okay. Rida, where is Arshi?
She has an exam tomorrow.
So she doesn't have 1 hour to 45 minutes to spare, you're saying? Where is she? Tell her to come. She is not complete. Where is she? Call her. Tell her I'm waiting. She has to join. If she has not prepared the speech, I understand that she can give along with Nabiha next class, but she cannot miss it like this. Samaira, your face is not in the center. Put the flap little down.
Ma'am,
Yeah, on the cam. Yeah.
ma'am, even I have not prepared the speech. I mean, only a little.
No, no problem. No problem. Hello? Okay. Samaira and Nabiha will give it next class. Who else has not prepared? Aisha on the cam. Yes. Aisha on the cam, please, quickly. Aisha, again, the same thing. The light is on your head, so your face will become dark. Shift to some other place, please. So we will have today Khadija. Rania, you are prepared with your speech? Ridaman.
Yes, but there is one problem. Out of the 2 meanings you asked me, I only didn't get for the second
No, no
one.
problem. How about Uthman Radiallahu anhu's assassination and about him? Did you prepare anything about him?
Yes, I have a little about it.
Okay. And who else is there? Aisha, did you prepare anything?
Miss, I did about the death of Uthman Ibn Affan. I did like a 2-minute speech. The next one, Miss, I did not have time. I started writing at 1:30. Like,
Do you want to fix your hair and wear a hijab and come back quickly?
yeah.
Okay, go. So the order will be Khadija, Rida, Aman, Rania, Amna, and Aisha. Okay, please note down the order.
I'm first.
Khadija, Rida, Aman, Rania, Amna, and Aisha. Samara and Nabiha, inshallah, next week. Okay.
Ma'am, can you repeat the order? Your voice is cracking for me.
Khadija, Rida, Aman, Rania, Amna, Aisha. Aisha, wear a hijab, darling. Do you have a scarf or dupatta or anything? Better. Okay. You know the timing rules. Do you want me to show it to you? Okay. We said 2 minutes to 3 minutes, right? 2 minutes, you can see green, 2.5 yellow, 3 minutes red. Clear?
I can't see your screen, but yeah, I can't see your camera, but okay.
Can't see my camera. 1 second. See, I will show, I'll change this again. Where is the background? One minute. This is for 2 minutes. See, can you see now? Green, the moment you will hit 2, 2.5 yellow, and 3 red. Okay. You have to wrap your speech within 30 seconds. The moment I show the red. If it goes beyond 3 minutes, 30 seconds or less than 2 minutes, you will be disqualified. Clear? Every speech that you prepare, whatever you will present, okay, you have to consider, because of Arania, I'm repeating it again, and it is a reminder for you all. You have to always remember one thing. The opening, the body, and the background. Okay. Plus, you have to remember the elements of speech. In the opening, salutation. Body, the main content. Closing, you have to again reiterate your take-home message and summarize the whole thing, which is in the body. That's the way it should be. Secondly, the voice modulation. We don't have a stage here. Otherwise, I would have explained to you your position. But don't consider any speech that you will talk in a very slack and a very lousy and a casual manner. It has to be done in a proper manner. And I expect you to give your best shot. The way, your volume, your clarity, your confidence, the usage of your English grammar, the quotes, how do you begin, how do you end, everything will matter. The speed, the expressions, the punctuations, everything will matter. I'm noting it down. The rule remains the same. Each one of you will take notes, active listening. You will listen carefully, each one. Each one of you will listen to each other, because anyone I will ask to evaluate anyone. So you will take notes of improvement for everyone. And you will have to speak for evaluation as well. So you have to deliver your speech, you have to listen carefully, and you have to deliver the evaluation of your batchmates. Are you clear? Yes, Rida.
Yes.
Ma'am, you had asked us to prepare 2 minutes or 2-3 minutes for the 2 terms, Zuhud and Abara.
Yeah.
I did fine, but then I'm not sure of the information.
No problem. That you keep aside. Today we will do the speech of Uthman radiallahu anhu. I just want you to get used to certain terminologies because it is a part of your curriculum. That's why I'm giving it to you. But otherwise, we will keep a separate session for that. So don't worry about that. I want you to be stress-free and focusing only on Uthman radiallahu anhu. Where is Arshi?
My mom, I guess, texted you. Can you
Mom,
please
text
check?
me. See, I expect this kind of text before classes. And I want that you should not, this is once a week class. I don't want you all to miss any of the class. Try to attend as much as possible. Aisha. Okay, she's there now. Okay. Can we begin? Now the order is Khadija, Ridaman, Rania, Amna, and Aisha. All set? Keep your notes, and can I see your pencils and your pads? Show me, everyone. Khadija.
Ma'am, I'm writing on computer. Actually, I'm typing it.
Okay. Samaira. Actually, Khadija, I want the old school methods. These days, people are forgetting to write. They're more into typing. I would still prefer the old method. So please, writing with your own hands is something that I want, not typing. Okay. So please write. Aisha, I want the focus. Next time onwards, during classes also, I will ask you all to on the camera because I can see people being diverted completely. Samaira, I want to see the whole of you. I don't want to see the curtain. I don't want to see the fan. I don't want to see the wall and the roof. I want to see you. Bring it more down. Flap down. Yes, this is better angle. Okay. Now, let's begin with our first speaker. Khadija, the timing will start with your first verbal or non-verbal gesture. You know what is non-verbal gesture?
Like you move your hand or something.
Yes. Okay. So the timer will start with your first verbal and non-verbal gesture. And presenting our first speaker, Khadija.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu was the third caliph of Islam. When he became caliph after the passing of Umar radiallahu anhu, many among the people were dissatisfied. A few angry Jews took advantage of the dissatisfaction. They conspired and raised a strong rebellion. It may seem strange that a person like Uthman ibn Affan, a man with such status, whose armies were unmatched, could not stop a rebellion. But in truth, Uthman radiallahu anhu did not want to shed blood of his fellow Muslims, for he remembered the Prophet saying, "Once the sword is unsheathed among my followers, it will not be sheathed until the last day of judgment." Subhanallah, this was a man who had death hanging above him. He was so devoted to Allah and His Messenger that for such people, death was easier than to go against the word they gave to the Prophet ﷺ. His house was besieged for 40 days, and for 40 days, Uthman radiallahu anhu would fast during the day and pray during the night. And on the 40th night, he saw the Prophet ﷺ in a dream. And the Prophet ﷺ said to him, "O Uthman, the fast that you have been keeping for 40 days, tomorrow you will open your fast with us." When Uthman radiallahu anhu woke up, he was in an elated mood. And the first thing he did, he went out and he said to the guard, "Unshiduka billah, for the sake of Allah, do not shed any blood on my behalf." Then he took the Quran and he began reciting it. Not long after, a rebel broke in, but unable to kill Uthman because of how the Prophet respected him, he left. Then two other Egyptians came and they struck Uthman radiallahu anhu with a piece of iron, and the blood began to pour, and it fell on the Quran. It fell on the verse, "Sayakfikahumullah, Allah will suffice you." And indeed, each of the rebels died a sufferable death. Then these rebels pierced the stomach of Uthman radiallahu anhu and stabbed his dead body 6 times before dragging him out. On the day of judgment, many martyrs will come. For some, Palestine will give witness. For some, Kashmir will give witness. For some, Iraq will give witness. For Uthman ibn Affan, the book of Allah will give witness, for he passed away in front of the Quran. Allahu Akbar. How many of us can come to such a status where the book of Allah gives witness on the last day? Indeed, Uthman radiallahu anhu was one of the most strong and committed Muslims. Jazakallahu khairan.
Barakallah Fiki, Khadija. Up next, Rida Aman. Rida, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, your time will start with the first verbal or non-verbal gesture.
The first two caliphs of the Prophet Muhammad who left no male heir when he died in his early 60s in 632 were Abu Bakr and Umar. He who presided over campaigns which carried Islam outside Arabia into Palestine, Syria, Mesopotamia, Persia, Egypt, and North Africa. Both men had been best friends and disciples of Muhammad since the early days in Mecca, and they were the fathers of his 2 wives. Another obvious candidate was Ali ibn Abu Talib, Muhammad's young cousin and adopted son, who married Muhammad's daughter Fatima. However, when Umar died in November 644, the tiny group of disciples responsible for choosing the new caliph passed over Ali and selected a 70-year-old man, Uthman ibn Affan, a merchant prince of Makkah, who had been another early convert. Barnaby Rogerson suggests in his book, The Heirs of the Prophet Muhammad, that there may have been an uneasy feeling that the choice of Ali could make the caliphate hereditary. Uthman was no warrior, but he was an inefficient administrator. His most influential achievement was the creation of the first definite written edition of the Quran, completed by 650. Discontent mounted, however, the favor Uthman showed to his own Umayyad family, who seemed to enjoy a monopoly of influential and lucrative appointments. In 656, armed men from Egypt arrived in Medina and demanded the dismissal of the Egyptian governor, which the caliph pretended to grant. On their way back to Egypt, however, they caught an African slave, a messenger from Uthman, riding fast to the governor and carrying orders for their leader's execution. When they reached home, they went back to Medina, stoned Uthman in the mosque, and knocked him unconscious, and besieged him in his house. The early caliph told his friends and servants not to resist, to spare their lives, and the rebels broke and stabbed him to death. His own treasured copy of Quran was soaked with his blood. Ali was appointed caliph but was murdered in 661 when the caliphate was taken over by Muawiyah, the Umayyad governor of Syria. This began the major split in Islam between Shia, who regarded Ali as the prophet's two heir, and their opponents, the Sunni. It has lasted ever since, its murderous consequences all over too evident now in Iraq.
Okay, Barakallah Feek. Ya Rida. Okay, number 3, Rania. Are you ready, Rania?
I'm ready, but I'm a little nervous because I don't know how to do this, and this is my first time I'm actually speaking.
Absolutely fine. You continue, inshallah. And this is what you are here for. And I'm here to teach you. Just have an open mind. Just be confident. We are not being judgmental. We are trying to help you to improvise. So be very positive and take whatever positive criticism that you will get. I don't like to call it criticism. I would like to call it points of improvisation. Okay, take it in a positive way and be yourself. No problem. We may fall 10 times, we may fall 20 times, but we have to rise up again. Okay, so no worries. Each one of us are learning.
All right.
I will start the timer once you start speaking, or if you show any hand gestures. Okay.
Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to speak about the death of Uthman bin Affan, radiyallahu anhu. So he was like the third Khalifa, and he was besieged in his own house for 40 days because of some disputes going on, and the wrongdoers besieged him in his own house. During those days, he wasn't allowed to go and pray. He was fasting for those days, and he wasn't even allowed to have water. And when some of his companions got to know about this, they started to form a group so that they can go and help him out. But when Uthman bin Radiallahu Ta'ala anhu got to know about this, he asked them not to do this because he didn't want any blood of Muslims shed because of his sake. And after that, one of those days, the rebels broke into his house while he was praying, like while he was reading the Quran, and stabbed him 6 times on like behind his was going to save him. They ended up beating her up with a sword and cutting her fingers down. And after that, the rebels finally stabbed him, and when he died, all of his blood was spilled on the Holy Quran. After that, since he was martyred on the first of the Hijjah, which is 6 AD, and he was buried at the Al-Baqi in Medina. So this is how he died. Thank you. Jazakallah.
Thank you very much, Rania. That was, mashallah, good. Pretty impressive as your first speech, mashallah, barakallah feeki. Amna, are you ready?
Yes, 1 minute. Yeah, I'm ready.
1 second. I will reset the time. Okay. The timer will start with your first word or your non-verbal gesture.
Okay.
Okay.
Worrying about the dunya is a darkness in the heart, while worrying about akhirah is a light in the heart. Uthman ibn Affan. Uthman ibn Affan radiallahu anhu was born in Taif to a wealthy family. He used to be a merchant. His father, Affan ibn Abi al-As, was a merchant and a member of Banu Umayyah. He died while traveling abroad. Uthman radiallahu anhu's mother Arwa bin Quraysh belonged to the Banu and Banu Abd Shams tribe. Arwa's mother was Hakim bint Abdul Muttalib, making Arwa the first cousin of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Uthman radiallahu anhu had one sister who was Amina. Uthman radiallahu anhu was listed one of the 22 Makkans at the dawn of Islam who knew how to write. He became a wealthy merchant just like his father. His business was flourished, making him one of the richest men among the Quraysh. Uthman radiallahu anhu reverted to Islam under the influence of Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu and became one of the earliest Muslims. Uthman radiallahu anhu married Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's daughter Ruqayya. They migrated to Abyssinia. 4 years later, they both settled in Mecca. When they finally shifted to Medina, Uthman radiallahu anhu started working as a trader, and his work finally prospered. His wife Ruqayya died next year, and he married Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's daughter Kulthum. His wives had both been Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's daughters, earned him a title, Tuh al-Nurain, possessor of two lights. During Abu Bakr's caliphate, Uthman radiallahu anhu helped him as a senior supervisor. After Caliph, Uthman ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu Umar ibn Khattab radiallahu anhu was brutally attacked on his deathbed. He had formed a committee, shura of 6 people, including Uthman radiallahu anhu. The committee elected Uthman radiallahu anhu as the third caliph. Under Uthman radiallahu anhu's leadership, the Rashidun Caliphate reached its greatest extent, stretching from western Balochistan till eastern Tunisia. The conquest into Iran, Afghanistan, and Armenia had begun during his reign. Uthman was accused of nepotism, and rebellions broke out against him in various cities. The Caliph was under a threat and his house was protected by Ali radiallahu anhu's sons Hassan and Hussein. Ma'am, 1 minute.
What happened, Amna? Amna?
Sorry, ma'am, I couldn't see and my laptop also shut down.
You have another 20 seconds. Actually, you've not concluded. I've paused the time. You want me to, you start from where you stopped? Amna?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes, the last line that you said was,
Okay. The Caliph was under a threat and his house was protected by Ali radiallahu anhu's sons Hassan and Hussein along with Zubair's son Abdullah. In June, the Egyptians rebelled, climbed from the back of the wall of the house and assassinated Uthman radiallahu anhu by striking bows at his head. He was buried at a local Jewish cemetery, which was later extended to Al-Baqi.
that's it?
No, last one is Uthman radiallahu anhu is this story is important because in the history because it was marked as the start of the first fitna. Jazakallah khair.
Okay. Okay. Barakallah fiki. Next up is Aisha. Aisha, are you ready?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Your time will start with your first word or your first nonverbal gesture.
Life is a doubt, and faith without doubt is nothing but death. Let me ask you all a question. Are you all willing to die for the sake of your religion, for the growth and betterment of your religion? It is indeed difficult for us to decide, but for Uthman ibn Affan, it was not. He was the third Rashidun Caliph, true to his people and religion. The protesters demanded him for a new caliph, but Uthman ibn Affan, being faithful and courageous, refused to do so. He must have known the consequence will be death from the protesters, but he gave us an example of being a devoted and rightful Muslim. He did not even renege from his word. The protesters entered his house and he was reading Quran when they gave him a blow over the head and pierced him through his stomach. Uthman's death had an impactful effect on all the Muslims. Everyone was devastated with the fact of losing a pure and truthful soul, such as Uthman ibn Affan. Being a Khalifa, he had a lot of responsibilities, and we can say that he fulfilled it all with his heart. The most inspiring part of his story is the content of fear. Had it been you or me, we would have trembled and feared. But he, standing in the path of bravery and honesty, he died without fear in his heart. All he took was immeasurable love and compassion for Allah. His character after his death was questioned, but for us, his character is something we all wish for. This became the end of Uthman ibn Affan. He died in the world, but he will always remain alive in the hearts of all Muslims. He can be claimed as the perfect caliph and a Muslim who sacrificed his life for his religion and people. Lastly, I would like to conclude with the note that we all may not be the perfect Muslim, but looking at him, we get a message of trying to be a better version of ourselves and being true to our word another. Thank you.
All right. Barakallah Fiki ya Aisha. Alhamdulillah. We concluded today's session of speeches. Do you want me to run the poll? Okay, be ready with your evaluations. I give you 2 minutes to write down your notes, complete it quickly. Okay, time's up. Let's run the poll. Okay, it's on your screen now. Vote for your best speaker. You cannot vote for yourself. All of you can see the...
Yeah, but it says role model our prophet.
Yes, forget the topic. Just concentrate on the option. I'm just typing with my one hand, so I cannot just do. I just change the names.
What are we supposed to do with that?
You have to vote for the best speaker. You don't vote for yourself. Whose speech you like the best? Just vote. One person is remaining to vote. I've got 6 here. Who is not able to vote? I've got only 6 of 7. Okay, I think that's because Amna is logging in from 2 devices. Okay, all of you have voted. जाओ यहाँ से जाओ क्लास के बाद बात करना All right, I'm ending the poll now. Okay, do you want to see the results? Sharing results on your screen. Barakallah Fiki. This is, first is Khadija and second Aisha. But don't go with this polling thinking I have cracked it, because we have a lot of evaluations coming up and we'll have to discuss on that. All right, now let's see who's evaluating who. Khadija, you will evaluate, since you all are 5, let us do for all. And we have 18 minutes. Okay. Khadija, evaluate Rida and Aisha.
Rida and Aisha?
Yes.
Okay, now.
Yes, start. I'm not timing this, huh? You do it on your own.
Okay. So Rida had a good flow, and she sort of struggled over a few words, but like there were not many stammers, and her reading was quite fluent. You could see that she had practiced quite a bit. And some things that she missed out was I don't think I heard Assalamu alaikum in the starting, but the intro was quite good. There was pauses between each word, which made it sound like a little monotone, but it was okay. And then it felt like she was reading a biography because most of it was like a backstory, and it just felt like it was all facts and most of thing. And I'm not sure if she did do a take-home message, because I didn't really get that part, since it was all facts, and only the end, like a little bit of it, was about the death of Uthman radiallahu anhu. But that's her style, so that's quite okay. And yeah, and Aisha was she was pretty confident. It was, and she had a good intro. She didn't say assalamu alaikum either, but her intro was good, and like she had like a good what do you call, question. When she just started with a question, it sort of like pulled you all in. She had a good voice modulation and a good choice of words. She tripped over the word Uthman, and I don't know, she kept saying Utham or something, and there wasn't much eye contact because I think she was reading from the book, so she couldn't really see us. So that kind of like lowered the enthusiasm a bit, and she kept moving backwards and forwards. So like I kept like just looking at her moving, and it sort of distracted me from the speech. But other than those two things, her speech was nice.
Okay. Barakallah Feek. You have taken notes, Khadija, for Rania and...
I've done it for everybody.
okay, say then, for Rania and Amna.
Okay, for Rania, it was her first time, so
Guys, go easy on Rania today, huh?
Yeah, it was her first time.
I am allowed to dissect her, nobody else.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure how to say this, but I think and were her clutch word, because she kept repeating them.
Yes. His are clutch for sure.
Yeah, she stammered a little bit first time, so we can exclude that. And most of her things were facts, so she kept saying like numbers and facts, which to me was a little like not that interesting, because I usually prefer to hear like people's own opinions and how they felt about it. But only that's my only personal opinion. And repeating the question, like when she said, today I am going to talk about Uthman radiallahu anhu, that sort of lessens the time, and it's not really necessary because we know
she has missed those sessions, so she's not aware of the format. Inshallah, I will talk about it. I'll repeat it again. What do we look for in an evaluation? Okay, by the way, girls, this coming Wednesday, I'm conducting a workshop on evaluation in my club. I will share the meeting details with you. I will share the timing with you. It'll be only 15 minutes or something. And I want all of you to attend that. Aisha and Samaira, please on your cam. Amna, please on your cam. Can I see you girls? Did you listen to me? Which day did I say? Wednesday. Very good. Aisha, mobile down. Keep it away, please. Yes. And sit and focus. I said Wednesday. This Wednesday. Evening, 6 o'clock. I will share the agenda and the Zoom link with you all. 15 minutes workshop of evaluation I'm conducting. I want all you girls to attend. I'll share the details in the meeting. Yes, Rida.
Ma'am, I'll be having my class, so I don't think I can attend.
I'll share that recording clip with you then.
Okay, thank you.
But I want you all to share live. It's a different feeling altogether if you attend the live session. Otherwise, definitely I'll share the recording, but I want you all to attend the evaluation workshop. Okay. For Rania, are you done, Khadija?
Yeah, that was most of it. Like I didn't really go too deep.
Right. Go for Amna.
Okay. Amna's had like a good flow, but I think since like her, I don't know, her niqab or something, it was pressed too tightly against her, like her face. Like she kept fogging up her glasses, and that made her like stop a little bit. Like I could see that, and like she kept trying to adjust it. So that sort of like made her stammer a little bit, and 3/4, I think like 3/4 of it was the backstory, and like the question was the death of Uthman radiallahu anhu.
Exactly. The
But
content was of
yeah, so in the end,
almost
she gave
1 minute, 15 seconds was the introduction, which is almost 50% of your time, actual time, which is not the correct segregation of the time, and the content was off.
yeah. So and then she stopped abruptly, which was also a little like disturbing. But I think that that's because her laptop shut off. So I can understand that. I'm not sure if she went over time, but she
She
was
did.
very.
She
I
did.
think
She
she
did.
did. Okay.
In fact, I'm sorry I didn't read out the timing for each one of you. Khadija, 2 minute 42 seconds. Rida, 3 minute 21 seconds. Rania, 2 minute 5 seconds. Amna, 3 minute 42 seconds. And Aisha, 2 minute 46 seconds, which means Amna went overboard, but then I had stopped and on. So still 15 seconds up. Not 15 exactly, 12 seconds up. Okay. Yeah, continue, Khadija.
Yeah, so she went over time, and what I would suggest for her is to cut down the intro. Like it's not really that necessary, because like if you focus on the topic and keep it short and simple while also giving the your take home message, that's enough. Like even if it comes just like a little over 2 minutes or something, it's okay. It doesn't have to be really 3 minutes long, right? So
Aisha,
yeah, that's
1 second, Khadija. Aisha, I told you keep your mobile away. During the class, I don't want any of you having your device in your hand. There is nothing important and no emergency. Keep your mobile off. I don't like it. I don't like it. Where is your mother? Give it to her. This is being disrespectful. The person is giving you evaluation. You have to listen to that. Maybe that mistake even you are doing. Write it down. No devices in front of you, please. Okay. Thank you, Khadija. Are you done, Khadija? Barakallah fiki. Rida, quickly go with your evaluations for Khadija, Rania, Amna, and Aisha.
Khadija's, I didn't really write Khadija's because I was
Why?
kind of nervous because mine was next.
Being nervous doesn't make you not being able to fulfill your task.
Right.
We have done enough of speeches and I have given you enough of practices. When your task is to write something, even though you are the next speaker, I will not buy that next time, Arshi. Rida, you have to write, you have to write. Okay. Whose speeches did you write then?
They're
Yeah,
all,
Amna, Aisha?
wrote. Yes, I wrote.
Tell me.
Ranya's, I actually liked it because it was way better than mine from how I did it for the first time.
MashaAllah, yeah, even I'm impressed with Rania. I don't know why she is suffering from the imposter syndrome or something. Don't feel like that. Trust me, you are way better than a lot of us. Yes.
Yes, she was way better than mine, how I did it for the first time. Although like she could improve herself by like practicing a lot, by looking in the mirror and then like reading the speech again and again, or trying to read it to someone else. I guess that could improve. Overall, I liked it overall. Then Amna, I liked how she started with a quote. I guess she did start with a quote, and her fluency was good, but I guess her clutch word was and she was going on inserting in between, and her speech did go a little monotone. It was going monotone in between, because she was using the clutch word and then because of the technical glitch, her ending was kind of abrupt, so I couldn't really get or feel the ending. Yeah, that's it. Overall, I liked it. Mashallah, it was good. I liked Aisha's, how she started with the quote, question, and her expression, and I even liked how she in the end she took the moral of the story. She gave a moral of the story, I guess. And then only just the thing which I also noticed was that she was keep on saying Osman to Utham, that kind of, because that was the topic, and she was kind of, you know,
Yes, yeah, it's a grave mistake.
that's,
Honestly,
yeah,
according to
it's,
me, it's a grave mistake. I'll come back to that. In regards to evaluating your evaluation, Khadija, your evaluation, mashallah, was good. But again, you have reduced your clutch word of like. In your evaluation, mashallah, it has reduced almost, I would say, roughly 65%. It's gone. Good job. Mashallah, you are implementing the points that have been given to you. I'll come back to your speech evaluation, but I'm giving evaluation for your evaluation now. And Rida, I guess will not work. You have to be sure. Since you are writing, you're listening, you're writing, don't use the word I guess. And again, like is coming in between, and a bit of is also coming in between. Be sure, just write 2 points, 3 points, but be sure. And if you're raising a point, you're giving a solution as well, which is good. I always say, if you raise a problem, you have to give the solution as well. So the action plan was there. Just one thing that you missed on Khadija's, which I don't want you to do. You have to write whatever it is, even if you are the next speaker, or you're the first speaker, or you're the speaker immediately after, whatever the situation is, the pen is there, your mind is working, you're listening. You have to be focused and take down the points. Okay. Good job, girls. Rania, did you note any points for the other speakers? If not, it's okay. This is your first time. I will not beat you. Tell me. I'll save it for the
I
next session.
actually noticed Khadija's one, and like I kept telling it to myself, like with the way she spoke was really beautiful, and the way she started, and the body and the ending, it was really beautiful, and I really liked, like it was interesting to hear her, like listen to her.
Good, Barakallah.
Others, I got a little nervous, so I couldn't or notice more.
In this house, there is no room for being nervous, being anxious, being confused, or nothing. Mashallah, you are in a safe zone. Be the best version of yourself. So no worries. You are here to learn. Okay. All right. So next up, Amna, did you note down the evaluations for these girls?
Yes, I did.
Start up with Khadija.
Yeah, Khadija, I liked her opening. The tone was calm and she wasn't fast like how she's usually fast. It showed that she implemented on her last time's evaluation. Most of her information for me was new, and I loved how she gave full information about Uthman radiallahu anhu's death, like what happened and how did he die. In the end, I didn't notice the ending coming, but yeah, it was pretty good. I liked her speech the most. Rita, I noticed that she was a bit breathless, I guess, and she stammered a bit. But I loved her information too, because some of the information I haven't heard, but it was very nice. She was a bit slow and she was getting stuck in between, but other than that, she did good. Rania, I loved her expressions. Her information was also new. I loved her confidence, and she had some and but other than that, she did pretty good for first time. Aisha, I loved her opening, like how she asked us a question. I noticed that she kept looking downward. I would recommend her is to do eye contact with each of us, or like look at the screen and the camera. Yeah, that's it. Jazakallah khair.
Good. Mashallah, very good evaluation. A few of the points that others missed, you have taken it up, and there are still a few more points to be considered. Inshallah, I will let you all know in my evaluation. But as of now, yes, good evaluation. Alhamdulillah. Samaira. Samaira,
Yes, ma'am.
did you note down the evaluations for all the 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Start up.
Okay. First, I'll start with Khadija.
Can you on the cam?
Mama will say one.
Okay, she's Okay, Aisha, can you give your evaluations for the other speakers, please, till then?
Since I'm not that good in evaluation, this is the first time probably evaluating. So
Let me be the judge of that, how good evaluator you are. You just give your evaluation. Samaira, I'll take you last, huh?
This first Khadija, I really liked her speech, her research, data, content. It was excellent. The only problem for me was that she was a little too fast. There were some words which I could not understand or I could not listen properly because it was a little fast. And there was no expressions, like I could not see her eyes also a little bit moving, something like that. Then her data and biography, it was much of that. There was no questions, no quotes. And yes, there were times where she said Subhanallah, Allah Akbar. That was really impactful on the audience. So I really liked her speech, but only those 2 points I did not get it. Then for Rida, again, there was no expressions and her voice was very smooth. It was perfect, but the tone was not going up or down. It was like very plain and simple. Then there was no quotes or questions. Then for Rania, first time, pretty good. Pace was good, but like some of the words were not clear for me because the network bandwidth was low. And for Amna, again, it was good, but the message, I don't think so. There was a message or something, and her biography, and there was much of biography. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Aisha, you're done? I can't hear you. Okay. Barakallah Feek, mashallah, that was very good point on evaluation. Why do you say you can't evaluate? Mashallah, very good evaluation. In fact, a very important and valid points. Even I have noted those points. Beautiful. Samaira, last but not the least. Yalla, Samaira.
Yes, ma'am. First, I will start with Khadija. Khadija did really nice. It was really good. It was just like a story. I don't think there were any mistakes. It was, but it was a little fast, I think. And with Rida was also good, Alhamdulillah. It felt like she was reading it from somewhere. I don't know. Maybe she could express it a little more. Then Rania, it was really nice for her first time. She was stuttering a little and her voice was breaking a little, which is not a fault, but she said really great, amazing, mashallah. Then Amna, it was really good that she started the speech with a quote. She was stuttering a little, which we all do. And Aisha, she started out with a quote and she also asked a question and gave us time to think about it. And it was really nice and expressive. Thank you.
Barakallah Feeki, Samaira. You can mute and keep your cam on. Adjust your angle. I still cannot see the whole face of yours. Bring it down. Yes, that is the angle you'll keep. Okay. All right, girls, keep your notepads ready because I am going to add few points here besides the points that you all gave. By the way, Samaira, there were a lot of clutch words in your evaluation, which is not advisable at all. All of you. And so, no. Make it simple, clean, clear, and concise. Go slow. Breathe in and breathe out. And relax. In your speech, whenever you talk, clarity, confidence, pauses, expression should come in. Don't be too fast. Don't be too loud. Don't be too slow. Okay? And don't be too low. Again, I repeat. Don't be too fast. Don't be too slow. Don't be too low. You should know where to stop, where to take a break, but you have to be clear. The art of communication is basically that the other person should be able to understand you. So don't be in a hurry. Khadija, mashallah, I see an improvement. Beautiful improvement. But yet there are a lot of things where we can improvise and become from good to better to best, inshallah. Again, the speed is really fast, still fast. Initially, it used to be fastest. Now you have come to the mode of faster. Pull the brakes more. It has to be more refined and defined. And I don't see expression. I agree with Aisha and all others who said that they don't find expression. Your content was good. And I like the way you connect the information, convert it into your words, and you give your perception. I don't want you all to give me a ready-made copy paste deliver. No, I don't want this. I don't mind you bringing out the information from the Google or from any resource. It has to be authentic. It has to be authentic, number one. And secondly, you have to make your own mix. Okay? Don't heat up the ready-made frozen food and give it to me. No. I want you to add your own seasoning to it. Make a new dish out of it. Many of you are just bringing cut, paste, copy, paste, deliver. No, no. You have to take the information, mix it, make your own thing. What do you think? Aisha and Khadija, I found that in their speech where they mix it. You need to mix it. And you have to be content-based. I didn't ask you to write a biography of Uthman radiallahu anhu. No, I asked you precisely about his death. That one episode of his death. So you have to be in the content. Don't go off. Don't give me extra information. Don't give me too many numbers. I don't want. And whichever terms you are using in your speech, you have to pronounce it nicely. Uthman radiallahu anhu. It cannot become Utham. If you're using the term of he was buried in Baki, it cannot become Baki. It cannot. There are those terms, Arabic, Tajweed and Makharij can make a difference the way you pronounce it. So don't do that. One letter here and there, even the pronunciation of English can make a lot of difference. So whatever terms you use, whatever vocabulary you are using, either you pronounce it well or you don't use it at all. Okay? So these things you have to understand, because in Aisha's speech, the title was Uthman radiallahu anhu, and she could not pronounce that. It was again and again Utham. I don't know what is with Utham. It is Uthman. It is not even Uthman or Osman. It is Uthman, the tha with 3 dots. It comes with the tongue in between your teeth. That's the way you pronounce tha, thalatha. So it is Uthman. It cannot become Uthman. Uthman radiallahu anhu. So that is one thing. Second, for Khadija, yes, I loved when you use Subhanallah and everything. And you had many places where you could have added some expression, especially in the part when you said Allahu Akbar. Pause for a second, connect. There were a lot of places where you could have just stopped, go slow, and add a bit of your expression. You are narrating a story of a great person. And this is the death incident. Where is the sorrow? I didn't see sorrow in any one of your eyes. We are talking of a death incident of one of our Khalifa. Not that I want you to cry and wail, but I didn't see it coming. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about the death, that means you're not attached. That means you're not feeling. The whole idea of me to give you this part was that you connect to the story. When you're doing your research, you read it. You all took it as an assignment, just did it for the heck of it. In fact, I had somebody asking me this afternoon, just few minutes before the class, what is the topic? Which means it was just pick and paste. I am not connected. I'm not related. No, girls, no. This is our deen. This is our Khalifa. This is our Sahaba. This is our role model I'm talking about. And it is about the assassination and death incident. Where is the feeling? Did you all feel it while you were doing the research? Did you feel connected to Uthman radhiyallahu anhu? Did you feel the pain when you were expressing the blood? Most of you, I think 3 girls expressed and narrated that part. Blood being shed and dripped over Quran. 40 days of fasting. Can you feel that? I didn't feel in your speeches, by the way. So it just came off the head. Khalas, I'm done. I want you to feel, and with your speech, make the listeners feel the same pain and agony. It didn't come. But the personal touch that you added was amazing. Okay. With Rida, it is flat. Why it is flat, Rida? Where is the expression? Again, it is not coming. The feeling that I want you to take it. You have that element, but you're not giving it your best. You're not focusing on it. You're not giving it enough time. I totally understand you're busy with your studies and other things. I don't want to interfere in that. But sometime, 15 minutes, 20 minutes in a day, if you can devote, that will be enough. I need that. It was very, very flat. Some words you were again getting stuck up. Rania, you know very well your clutch word. I don't need to get back on that. And I love your hand gestures, by the way. The way you were opening and expressing, good. Anytime we talk, 70% of your speech is your non-verbal gesture. Non-verbal gesture means your hands, your expressions, all these are non-verbal gesture. So in communication, 70% is non-verbal. For some, it is just like this, keeping your hand with the notes down, up. No, use all your resources and your assets when you're talking. If it's a physical meeting, I can show you the stage movement also. In the center, you give your main content. If you're talking about the past, you move to the left or you take a step back. If you're talking about your future, you move in the front or you take the right side. So these are the things how you divide the stage, but you always try to stay in the center. Next time onwards, you will stand up and give your speech, and I will show you exactly how I want to see you. So you will on the cam, the wider vision, and I should be able to see at least 3/4 of your body. And you will talk with the stage movement because I want it to be complete, yani not just sitting in one place and then getting sluggish and reading from the screen. Okay, you can have your notes, have the summary of your speech on the keyboard or wherever, but not down, Aisha. No, that's wrong. Keep it up somewhere so your level of the body, it is called the base of your body, is there, right? Yes.
Miss, I want to say that, Miss, as you said, I asked you in the afternoon that what do we have to do. So, Miss, I was not at all prepared. So, Miss, in a half an hour,
Listen, I really don't care what you do. I normally put the homework assignment in the group in WhatsApp. It is your duty to go and check. It is your duty to complete the task. It is your duty to make the time management. It is your duty to perform well. See, no, I don't know that. I don't buy any excuses because I am also super busy. If I keep on giving excuses, it will not work. All of us are super busy, subhanallah. Yes, Khatija.
Okay, when you say expression, I'm not really sure what that means because I'm wearing a niqab. So how do you mean expression?
See, expressions come with your voice. Like, for example, Allahu Akbar. Can you people imagine what would have been the state? His blood dripping on the Quran. And he is breathing his last. Now watch this. Allahu Akbar. His blood dripping in the Quran. And he breathing his last. Can you figure out the difference?
Yeah. Okay, I get it.
Little bit of expression, voice modulation. You might feel little this, oh my God, this drama I cannot do. No, you have to. This is something how humans communicate. When you're angry, you know you're angry. Your eyes, your voice will change. When you're sad, you know the expressions related to sadness and grief. So That's the challenge in niqab. How do we do that? I keep sharing my small videos that I do in YouTube and my Toastmasters in the group. Just try to see how I manage it in the niqab. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I try to manage my expression with my niqab, because this is the only way we can, only the voice and eyes are talking here and visible, right? So there is the expression is cutting only to say 80%, only the hand, body and eyes and voice. People are not seeing the rest of the face, but that's okay. The voice will do the magic. The voice should do the magic. Reading out a news flat, it doesn't work. You have to give the expression. Don't make it too dramatic and don't make it too flat. Something in between, which one can digest. There were people, one of the disbeliever came, one of the rebellion came with the sword and he's waiting to kill and stab Uthman radiallahu anhu. He stabbed him 6 times. Is it too much? No, but it is adding that element of story. I want to listen and I want to be hooked on to you now, because with all these non-verbal gestures, I'm imagining. But if you go and then the one of the rebellion jumped from the window, he stabbed him 6 times, and then he was bleeding to death and his blood dripped on the Quran. You see the difference? Expressions, girl, expression. Feel it. If you feel it, it will come automatically. Rania, mashallah, you did well as your first speech. But again, take home message. Like, for example, even in this story, we are talking about facing your fear. We are talking about still being on the right path. We are talking about being righteous. We are talking about thinking about the ummah. There are so many messages throughout this topic. It should repeat at least 2 to 3 times, and you should end it with that message. So the people, the listeners will take that message and it will resonate in their minds. Got it, Rania? This is for you. The take-home message should be very clear. Where is the message? No message. Amna, we spoke about, the intro was long, the content was off. Few words you are again finding it difficult. I say practice and use simpler terminology. That will be easier for you. And time. You have to time your speeches. I understand there was a technical glitch, and I see now in the messages also that you told me that you want to do it again, but I saw those messages late. So that's why I did not give you a chance again. And I think that miscalculation happened and you went 13 seconds overboard. No problem, mashallah, but your expressions are good. Out of these girls, yours and Aisha's expression I like too much. Mashallah, you have that thing in you. Just mix the speech in such a way that you have to give your perception. That is more important. Copy paste information, okay, everyone knows that. Aisha, you have to, Aisha, where are you? I love the part where you said you loved how you related it to your life with the fear factor. There could be a beautiful take-home message that you could have created there. But since I understand you didn't find time to do it, it was a last-minute thing. But I don't want impromptu. If it is a prepared speech, it is a prepared speech, then you have to prepare it well. Okay, so be ready, arrange the screen accordingly, keep your summary in the front, and with the stage movement, hand gestures, let the expression come. You have it, just fine-tune it again. And brush all those lessons that we did earlier when we were in Ghalia Nisa. How it should be the content, the opening, the body, the closing, the take-home message, the voice modulation, stage movement, everything. Because some of your movement were not purposeful. Make it purposeful movement. We don't want to do some aerobics on the screen here, unnecessary. Every movement, every gesture has her meaning. It should be purposeful, right? Who is in the dark? Okay, Rida. All right. Any questions? We are again 16 minutes up. Any questions? Any doubts? If you girls are okay, give me a thumbs up. Yes. Yes, Amna.
Ma'am, Since my laptop shut down and I messed up a bit, can I give the speech next time again? If
Yes. Anybody, actually, I wanted to open that because Samaira and Nabiha will be giving speeches next week. If anybody wants to repeat their speech with Rania, would you want to go again with all the evaluations that we spoke about? I want to see the implementation. All of you will do that. They missed today's chance. So we get an advantage that you can implement the feedback and give a better version of your speech. All of you. Okay. Implement all the feedback that you received, rework, and present it next week. Is that okay?
yes.
Like, but you've already heard my speech, right?
That's okay. I can hear 10 times. But I want to see the improvisations, no? I also see the feedback. I want to see the feedback which you have been received from all 360 evaluation is done, including my feedback. You have to implement it in your speech because every speech you have to become a better version of yourself, right? Everyone's clear?
Yes, Miss, this Saturday.
This Saturday. Aisha, just put it in the group, please. Post a message of the homework that those who attended today will repeat the speech with they have to apply the feedback. They have to apply the feedback in this speech and repeat it on Saturday. Okay, send a message in the group. Any question, girls? Everybody's okay? Rani, are you able to understand what I'm saying? Let's see how you will include these important tweaks and make your speech from regular to best. Yeah.
The number is not added in the group. I used to join from my mama's number.
No problem. After the class, immediately send the message, huh?
Okay.
Or Khadija, if you're online, can you just immediately send the message in the group that you'll be repeating the speech and you have to implement the feedback, apply the feedback that is received today. Okay?
So
when he goes there. Yes, Khadija. In the group, just send the homework, put their HW so that people will remember and then I can catch them. Why you didn't read it in the group? Okay. All right. Inshallah, see you next week. Not next week, on Monday. And don't forget Wednesday. Inshallah, Wednesday, we will have an evaluation workshop. Yes.
when are we going to do the Zuhud and Wara speech? Like,
I will
gonna do that?
maybe Monday. I will tell you. Prepare it on Monday.
Do we have to do another speech on the word you said to find the meaning for?
Yes, that is what Khadija is also asking. The same thing. These two terminology, inshallah, we will discuss. You, if you have prepared your this thing notes, do you want to? Yeah, I'll give a small speech. This is also 2 minutes, 3 minutes. It's not a very long time. It's a small speech. You can explain it. I don't want the biography, history. No, just one minute. If you can explain, it is good for me. On Monday. Okay. On Monday, explain the terminology, these two terminology, and prepare just 1 minute. I want you all to be more concise, Don't beat around the bush. The topic itself. Okay. Inshallah, see you on Monday.
Ma'am,
Yes, Rida.
ma'am, I'm not sure of the authenticity of the Google, those two terms, because I kind of.
See, I will tell you why did I pick up those two words out of the blues and why am I asking you to do a research? Nobody asked me and nobody thought about it. I want to see how do you prepare and what do you follow to get your information. We will be thinking and discussing on that because there are so many things which is not right. So you have to see from where we pick up what, and I'll share some resources with you where to look for answers, if it is hadith or if it is Quran. So we have to learn that as well. Okay. Inshallah, I'll see you on Monday. Till then, take care of yourself. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.